Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ala. Today is another bronzer video, and the third bronzer, cream bronzer, that I will be focusing on is this one by Rose Inc in the shade Kauai. So I will do my makeup as usual, and then I'll kind of focus on and discuss the cream bronzer. So I already went in with the Beauty of Joseon SPF, and so now I'm just gonna do the foundation and the concealer. So far I've been keeping the base products pretty much the same. Just so the colors underneath are the same. So I have not been switching out the foundation or the concealer, just so when you see how the bronzer is sitting on my skin, then you can see it under the same color of skin every time, because I do have olive skin tone, but the concealers and the foundations they're basically neutral. They're all neutral tones, so it changes my skin tone a bit. As you see here, it's neutralizing the skin, and thankfully with this particular foundation, it's not full coverage, so you can still see my skin tone, or my skin through it a little bit. But as you can see here, you can see more of like that greeny look, and then less olive in the face because the foundation covers it up. So I have been trying to be consistent and just keep it the same, so you guys can have the best and sort of truest color look. I'm just going in with some powder to get rid of the shine just in the T-zone here, and then I'll use the bronzer. So what I've been doing is just putting on the bronzer on the barest of skin, and so that the focus can be on the color and not so much the other product sitting around like as a distraction. So this is in Kauai. It's the medium color apparently, because the lightest one is even more orange. So I've heard lots of people prefer this one because it has like a little bit of according to them, it has a little bit more of an olive undertone to it. I mean, I can kind of see what they mean, but you guys can certainly be the judge of what it looks like. So all these bronzers that I'm doing as like part of the marathon, and just to sort of displaying what they look like on fair olive skin, I do use them even though the color matches are not perfect. I still make them work with, kind of mixing and matching what the blushes on top look like. So I find colors that would sort of complement the particular color that's within the bronzer, so that they go together, because there can be even a clash of like blush and bronzer. Not everything goes with everything, and so being a little bit picky as to like what blushes go is pretty important as well. So I hope that the color that I picked today will be a good one. I haven't used it yet on camera, but we'll see what it looks like. So this is the Rose Inc Kauai Cream Bronzer, and this is what it looks like in the pan, just so you can kind of see. And it's natural light, so what you see is there's no light whatsoever, there's no other lights in the room. So how you see it is exactly how it is sitting. So again, it's not the fairest like dissection of these colors, because as you see, my face, because of foundation, is not its most accurate color compared to like the rest of my body. And I never tan, so like my neck and my face are always the same color. And so when I use foundations, then you can really tell whether it's a good match for me or not. I'm gonna go in with this Lisa Eldridge highlighter. This is the highlighter in Crystal Nebula. And I'll just blend it in with a dense brush. What also I'd like to mention about the Rose Inc bronzer is it is a clean beauty, so it's supposed to be, you know, a little bit more healthy for your skin. And it's creamy, but it's a little bit more on the dry side. So I've heard a lot of people online say, oh, mine's dried out. Well, I think if you have a dense enough brush, then it's not really dried out. And the other thing, the other complaint is that you have to kind of go beyond the closing, where you're supposed to keep it closed, and it is supposed to be sealed at this point, but it's not fully sealed. You have to go like beyond that seal for it to be fully sealed. So that's just a little bit of a con there about the packaging. For blush, I am using this Hourglass Dim Infusion blush. I'm just using a fluffier blush or brush, and then just putting it right there. And it's supposed to be a very subtle pink. Actually, this color really reminds me of just being in powder form of the Barely Blushing from Makeup by Mario, but it's just in powder form. So if you like creams or powders more, it just depends. Okay, just put bringing down the shine a little bit in the middle of the face again. Okay, and for highlight, I have this Becca in pink, well, it's Smashbox in Becca in Rose Quartz. I'm gonna use this Sephora 99 brush. I love that it adds that bit of pink to the cheek, especially this color. I feel like it's just such a pretty and flattering color on my skin tone. So if you don't have a highlighter and you would like one, and you've been doing your, you know, your research and trying to find something that will suit you, and you don't want like a million of them, this one's really pretty. I will do my eyebrows now. I'm using this powder by RMS. This is the Back to Brow in medium, and then I'll brush it out in just a minute. Just kind of placing the product first, and then I'll brush it out. I will do the lips first as usual, and then I'll do the eyes. So I have this Charlotte Tilbury in Love Trap. I absolutely love this color. For lip liners, Charlotte Tilbury is definitely one of my top favorites. And then for lipstick, I have this Revlon. It's a shine one in Glazed Mauve 007. That's really pretty. Almost has like a rum raisin look to it, which is so pretty. And it has the faintest of scents. A little bit fruity, but barely there. I mean, barely there. I wouldn't, it's just enough that it doesn't smell like anything bad. And then I'm gonna go in with this for moving on to the eyes. I'll go in with this Painterly Paint Pot by MAC, just as an eye base. This one is just kind of neutral and it just blanks out your eyes. I haven't ever really had issues with like veins on the eyelids or anything, but this is nice because still around everybody's eyes, just kind of a different color than what the rest of the face has. So I just kind of canceled that color out. So I'm using this palette. I'd say out of all my palettes that I have, the ones with color, I would, for olive skin, I would definitely recommend this palette the most. I've used all these neutral ones tons and tons, and this is a huge, I mean, it's expensive and it's a really big palette, and even as much as I've used it, it looks like it's barely used. Like, I don't even know how that's possible. The colors just don't even go down. But I was gonna go in with this color first, and then I'm gonna use the purple, but in the softest of ways, so it doesn't look too crazy. My focus is always doing kind of subtle beauty, but with color. I love that color, just it alone. I've used this particular color by itself on its own many times and had just like a matte look. It's so pretty, just the perfect kind of shadow, and it brings a little bit of warmth, but not as much as like a bronzer. It's just so pretty. I don't even know how to, like, what else to say about it. Then I'll bring that same brown under the eyes. I hope it's not getting like too dark in my room, but just wanted to kind of keep the lighting the same. And it's super rainy outside, and so this is kind of as natural of lighting as possible. So I will now do that purple. I'm just gonna grab it on the brush here and then apply it this way, and then I'll see if I need to switch over to my finger because it may be just a little too subtle. I may add a little bit more in the center with my finger if need be. Otherwise it might be okay. The color definitely looks pretty deceiving because it looks super light and almost like it should be transparent, but it's adding like a smokiness that is not really what I was expecting. So I think next time if I were to do this with and create a more subtle purple look, because I don't like intense purple looks or intense colored looks or whatever, I would just use it by itself instead of, so this is what it looks like. So it is definitely a deeper purple color. So I'm just gonna pop it in the middle, and then I'm gonna use a different color on top to kind of like simmer it down so it's not such a crazy purpley. Blueberry eyes here. Okay, I will take this fluffy brush and use some of this champagne color in there, and then just go over and then I'll use the an eyeliner, just blending this white and purple in as much as possible so that it creates like a softer purple look, less blueberry. And I will do some liner with the dark in the same palette. I think what I might also do is just add a little bit more of that brown, that light brown, to the under eye. I'll add the mascara. All right, so I did finish my mascara, and I'm basically all done with my makeup. I'll just spray this back to this. So, I mean, I like this bronzer. I like how it wears. I like how it blends. It's really easy to use. It is scented. There's like a floral scent to it, which is really, actually, I really like it. It's different than other scents. And as for the color, I'm not really sure. I'm still in the category of looking for the perfect cream bronzer, because they're either too light, too dark, too orange. Well, not too light. I don't think I've ever found one that's too light. But I'm still looking. For my powder bronzers, I do have ones that are my favorite and they look beautiful. So really I prefer powder in general for the time being, because I found colors that I really like. But for cream, not really. So I really like it, but if you're interested in the Rose Inc one, then it is a really good formula, and it'd be worth just checking out for yourself to see if the color is good. Otherwise, the formula, I have nothing bad to say about it. I really like it, and even the packaging doesn't deter me from using it. I really enjoy using it when I do. And again, I just kind of use the appropriate like blushes and colors to make sure that the bronzer doesn't stick out like a sore thumb and look unnatural on me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. If you haven't, I would love to have you, and I will see you guys next time. You guys have a great weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye.